Good morning. It's like 7 o'clock in the morning here. Um, but you guys have shown my kids so much magic, I wanted to show you something. I think you're ready to graduate to a tougher picture. So this is Tinkerbell. I'm going to try to show you how to draw her. I think you guys are ready. I mean, everything I've shown you how to draw, you have really done amazing with. Tinkerbell's tough. She's what they call in Disney a face character, so she's difficult. Now we'll just see how this goes. I hope it comes out good. I'm going to use two separate blues, two different color blues, to show you the differences between the guidelines and the regular lines. Paige and Simon are still sleeping, but I like to draw every day as often as I can, and that's part of, getting your lines good and getting your spatial relationships just right. You just gotta practice. That's all there is to it. All right. So good morning, and thank you for being so kind to my kids. That was really nice of you. Paige and Sammy Jane, you guys are really cool. All right. So we're gonna start with a circle. So I'm gonna do this in light blue first for the guidelines. So there's a circle. Okay. Now her eyes go up, like her head's tilted, so one eye's going to be a little higher than the other. Please excuse the way I look, I just woke up. So we're going to take a guideline and we're going to swing it up. And then we're going to swing a guideline down. And normally I swing it in the other direction, but I wanted to capture where the bridge of her nose is, because that's where we're going to start. Alright, so now I'm going to switch to another pencil. The bridge of her nose, you start in the center, come out, and down. So ultimately it is just an S-curve, but try to create that. Every little detail on Tinkerbell, let's kind of pay attention. And a little nostril, okay? Like that. Now right from this corner where the nose is, we're going to build the first eye. Big and round and almond shaped. She's a pixie. Like that. And then in this corner we're going to put her pupil. Now right away you'll be like, oh, she looks angry. Just stick with it. Put her one pupil in there like that. Now, I love hidden Mickeys, and it's really cool. There's hidden Mickeys all over Walt Disney World. For her pupil, I just put a little hidden Mickey. It makes her eyes look bright. So if you can see, there's just a little hidden Mickey in there. It's a pretty cool little detail. Tinkerbell is very magic. Now the top of her eye, we're going to put a little bit of her eyelid. So I've added that little tiny line right there at the top of her eye, coming back. Then I'm going to thicken the top of her eye. She's got really thick eyelashes. So thicken the top of it. So I've made it very thick and dark. I know she looks angry, but just bear with me. Then come over now. The space between her eyes, you could fit another whole eye. So if you took the size of her eye, put it between her eyes, that's how much space there should be between her eyes. It's a good rule of thumb. So I'm going to go ahead and put her other eye right here. Now it's just another almond shape, like that. Again, we're going to bring the eyelid back. So that's that little line right there. See how it comes back right here? Okay, that's her eyelid. We're going to thicken her upper eyelid. I guess that would be mascara, or just thick full eyelashes. And then we're going to go ahead and put the other iris and pupil in with another hidden Mickey right in the center. This is tough. You might have to practice this a couple times. Don't be discouraged if it doesn't come out great the first time. Alright, now her mouth. First, we're just going to make a nice bent line. Make it a pretty good size. Like that, see? A nice bent line. And then I'm going to kind of come up. She's got sort of an upturned smile. So you just bring a line up like that. Notice I'm right along the edge of my circle there. And then a dimple. But the dimple isn't bent so much. It sort of comes straight across, kind of. It gives her that very wry look, like she's mischievous. On the other side, we're going to come up. And the same thing, we're going to bring that dimple across. Now that you have that, okay, her mouth is tricky, but it's a beautiful, beautiful smile. We're going to put a bent line underneath the top part of her lip right there, like that. Notice that line is bent. On the camera it may look even, but it is bent. Okay. Now I'm going to connect it to the lines. These are such small little lines, I hope they register. So I've connected it all. And then I'm going to come down to the circle, to the bottom of the circle, with the shape of her lower lip and her mouth, like that. Okay? Now we want to bring in her lower lip. It's nice and full and round, like that. So just put another line inside that. There's a big smile shaped like a U, and then we put a line inside, like that. Now, to sort of show her teeth, we just come in with a line that comes down, and so basically, if you look very closely, see what I did inside her mouth? I just came in and down and colored in the difference, shaded it in. That shows her teeth. Now, I shade in her lips, but I leave a little highlight on her upper lip to make them very shiny. And I leave a highlight on her lower lip to show that very shiny, with light reflecting off of her beautiful lips. Okay, like that. That's her smile. Now, above this eye, we're going to do a full eyebrow. So if you took her pupil and I just drew a guideline out from her pupil, notice I just drew a little guideline out. I don't normally do that on my own drawings, but I want to show you a guideline out and up. That kind of shows you where the eyebrow starts, right there. And you can even come outside the circle if you have to on this. You come up and then down. It's a very stark line. It's like a check mark. But that's her eyebrow. It's kind of important, like that. I told you this is tough. There's a lot to do. Alright, now, right next to this eye, on her side where her head is turned, and that side of her face, we're going to start to sculpt her head a little bit. So I'm just going to come up from the center line, which would be our horizontal line, and I'm going to come out a little. Like that. See? I just came up a little bit. Let's just get it started. Okay? And then her cheek kind of comes out, not too far, and then comes right back around underneath. Now this you want to keep very light. And I'll show you why in a second. And it comes around and over, kind of like this. So I did it really light. See? I came down from the side of her head that I just made, and then I just came out for a cheek, but then I came right back to my circle. So you'll notice I came right back. I'm just underneath my lip there. The reason I keep it light is because she's looking over her shoulder like that, you know? It's hard for a grown man to show you Tinkerbell. It's kind of a funny thing, but I am an artist, and so I understand the lines and the movement. And there, if you just make a big candy cane shape right under her lip but across her chin, that's her shoulder. That's why we kept this line very light. This line from there underneath, we kept it light so we could put her shoulder on top. And then we can bring out her neck, very slender and graceful, like that. Now I'm pretty happy with this, so I'm going to go ahead and darken this side of her face. Darken those lines. Her cute little chin. And bring that up. And I'm really happy with what I have so far right there. It's pretty good. But I'm up to 10 minutes now, so I don't know if we're going to get much more done. And I don't want to rush it. So I'll tell you what, we'll go Tinkerbell Part 2. This will be Part 1. I'm going to hold this up for another, just so you can capture it. That's Tinkerbell Part 1, okay? And that is the hardest part. The rest of it gets easier. Alright, we're going to stop there. And we'll do Tinkerbell Part 2 and we'll finish it. This is a real challenge for you guys. I'm curious to see how well you do. It's a challenge for me too, because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. I just woke up. But that's how you become great. You just keep practicing. Alright, tune in. I'll do the next one right away.